Okay, I'm going to walk you through the process of adding a new student or a student who has not been previously enrolled in Connect Ed and how to set them up and assign their everyday math content. There's two pieces of information that you need in order to begin this process. You're going to need the student's Schoology login and you're going to need your everyday math class code. So I'm first going to show you how you can get your student's Schoology login, and then we'll talk about the class code. So to get a student's Schoology login, you need to be on one of your Schoology courses in which the student is enrolled. And you can go and click on Members. And within that, you can go to the student's name, click the gear next to the name, and say Change Password. On this screen, it shows you the username and the current password. If you have access to that. If you don't see the current password, you can set a new password. And generally, we recommend having the students use their student ID number, which is the same thing as their lunch number, which you can see in PowerSchool as their password. So you'll want to write down the username and password for the student. Okay, I'm going to cancel out of that because I'm not changing this, but that's where you can access that information. Okay, next you want to get into your McGraw-Hill app, which mine might be hiding behind my screen here. There it is. And once you're on McGraw-Hill, you want to go into your Everyday Math Teacher Edition. On your menu, go to your Class Management, and from there there's an option to view class code. Take a moment to write down this code because you're going to need it when you navigate to a different screen. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now, is writing it down, and then I'm going to close this menu. Okay, things get a little bit tricky here because you need to log in as the student into Schoology, and you'll also want to be logged in your own teacher's account. To kind of manage this, I find that it's easier perhaps to have two browsers open at the same time. So I'm moving this browser over to the right with my teacher account open on it. And then over here on the left, I'm going to open up a different browser, my Firefox web browser, and resize it so I kind of have where I'm working with the student account over here on my left. So for my student, I need to go to Schoology, so seaman.schoology.com, log in as the student, not as myself. So I just have my demo account here. Don't want to save that information. So then with this student account, I want to get to my App Center, which it looks a little bit different here because it's just squished. If you're having trouble with that, just open the window to see that first, and then you can see your squares and choose McGraw-Hill. Because then that new window opens, and this is what I need for the student. Again, I'm going to resize, and this is where it's asking for that class code. Okay, so I'm going to enter what I wrote down and say access my course. Oh, that's right. And you have to click off of that bar. See, it took me a moment to remember that. Click off of the bar where you entered it, and now say access my course. Okay, so now this student has used the class code, so they've created their Connect Ed account. So now you switch over to your teacher account here, and you should be able to find them in the system to add them to your content. Okay, so I'm going to say add student, and see the name is already listed there. So that's just kind of to verify that my demo 2 is there, so I don't need to do anything more. That's right, by adding the class code, the student was put in. I'm just going to go to my menu, navigate back to my Connect Ed, choose my student edition where I can assign content, choose my Everyday Math student edition, say next, and then I want to be sure to select my new student this time, and that I want it to go into my demo class. So choose the new student that you just added, say next, and then do the final step of assigning. Okay, so now if you want to verify that they see it, you can go ahead and click here on the student account where it says McGraw-Hill, and look, there it is, the Everyday Math book for that new student. So what I would do is close out of this account, go back to my Schoology, log out as that student, and then log in as the next student that I need to assign this content to. And I would continue doing that for any new students or students who have not yet been enrolled in ConnectEd.